Big name interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs, and the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
Who would have thought this music thing was going to go this far? I never asked for this. I never asked for this fast living.
Man, does the music sound as bad over your speakers as it does in my little earpiece? Oh, it's horrible. Oh, my God. All right, thanks again to Lon Mitchell from Joe Bob's Barbecue for joining me. Helping me close out the show tonight, coming out of the proverbial bullpen in the windy city of Chicago, Illinois. A guest on this show, you've heard him here before, the owner of Cigars and Stripes, Ronnie Lottz, joins us here on the show. Buddy, how are you, buddy?
Well, let's just say, couldn't be better, couldn't be worse. I gotta tell you.
Couldn't be
worse?
worse?
What I want to say, Greg,
yes.
let me, I'm not going to rant like usual. I'm worn out, man. Listen, I just want everyone to know that listens to your show that I called you.
Yes.
You did not call me. I reached out to you because you are you're just great, man. I just love being on your show. So for whatever it's worth, take that to the bank.
I appreciate the kind words, Ronnie. So let me talk to you briefly. I have to say I was surprised when I started getting roughly 26 or 27 emails this morning and over last night about, hey, I think this guy was on your show, and I know this guy was on your show, and what's going on here, and you should get him on the show tonight. And I'm like, well, I mean, you'd never know what the very busy Ronnie Lottz is up to and if he can accommodate, especially given the events here over the last few hours. So for the people that haven't gone through and, either seen social media or whatever, however you're consuming news these days, which is very dangerous on its own, there seems to be a little bit of a dust-up between a comedian that you had in your Cigars and Stripes bar and a closet that is in the female bathroom. So I guess if you could kind of lead us from there.
Well, it's what's in question. And what is, there's a couple things in question. First off, absolutely, there's a mirror. It's not a closet. It's a mirror that leads to a closet. And I'll tell you about that. But you also just pointed out something. You said the word comedian, and that's also misleading. Greg, listen, this young lady, I'll put it to you this way. If I can get 15 million people to walk in here and eat my wings, and I give them 15 million, chicken legs, they better taste good. You know what I mean? You can get them in the door, but do they come back? So my question is, she can have 1 million zillion. She's probably up to 800. I don't know what she's at on her views. It's ungodly. But when you have that moment in the sun, you are on the stage and the light is on you. You better deliver. You better have something to say. If Lenny Bruce was alive and well today, I said this before on your show, he would be on my stage. This particular woman is reaching.
So she just happens to catch the proverbial, lightning in the bottle?
Well, she's got it. But, you can reel them in, but you got to keep them. You got to keep them. I will keep in mind, too. And, listen, it's very misfortunate. Maybe her career is not going in the direction she wants. She has a very feminist movement going with her now, and that's a really hot topic right now in reality TV. So if you can hit the nerve on that, you will gain the momentum of angry females across this country. I had a woman at the bar earlier today, and I heard her say, she goes, I'm sick and tired of male bashing in this country. I'm a full-grown woman. I can open that damn door if I want to see if there's a camera back there, to see if there's someone there, and But let's not get crazy. She said, when I need a refrigerator taken out, I got my man and my sons to take it down those stairs. So we should just start. Someone also made the comment, said, what's wrong with this country at the bar today? The guy says, what's the matter with this country that there's automatically a mirror that everybody assumes there's some naughty behavior going on? And that's a problem in itself.
So if we're looking at it I'm going to play devil's advocate for the moment. Something is going on with my sound, and I am just going up the wall here. I apologize, Ronnie.
That's right.
So let me play devil's advocate here, just because I'm pretty good at it, and it's my show, and you're pretty sharp with the tongue as well. Does it seem, and maybe for somebody that isn't in the restaurant every day, I mean, it's your restaurant and your club, and you're used to it every day. So if somebody comes in, if I visit Cigars and Stripes and I bring my wife and 3 daughters in, and they go to the bathroom, and they come back out and go, there's a mirror in the bathroom. Can you see where people might think it's at least a little odd that there's a two-way mirror in the bathroom?
Now ask me that question 10 years ago, I would have said, "Oh, absolutely not." But now, yes, I get it. It is a bathroom, and there is a two-way mirror. However, Greg, there is the whole gag of the women's bathroom. I want you to follow this. I'm gonna paint the picture. I'm gonna walk your listeners through it so they can understand and really grasp it. Guy and a girl come to the bar. They're sitting there. The girl says, "I have to use the restroom." Okay, great, honey. It's right over there. There's a green light bulb above that doorway. That green bulb means go. That means that there's no one in there.
Yep.
She goes into there, and she starts to look. This is the experience. I'm walking you through it. She starts to look for the light switch. About 2 minutes go by. She comes out, and she whispers to her husband, "I can't find the light switch." And then the bartender hears that, and she turns her back. She walks away. Then the girl goes back. Another minute or two goes by. She goes, "I can't find the light switch." Now she's boisterous. And the husband says, "Well, honey, I don't know." Well, he knows a secret. And then finally I'll walk by 5 minutes later, sometimes 10. And she'll say, "I'm sorry, sir, where's the light in the switch?" And then at that point, the old man that runs the cigar store will come out with a flashlight and say, "Honey, you want to use the bathroom?" This tech guy, "You want to use the bathroom? You got to take the flashlight." And she goes, "No, come on, really." And I say, "Listen, what are you, hillbilly? Close the door. What's the matter with you? Close the door. Have some respect." And she goes in and she closes the door, and the light goes on. Now she's already flustered. Now we got her. Everyone's giggling a little bit. She's very uncomfortable. I'm a master at making people feel very comfortable or very uncomfortable, all in the sake of good fun. So what happens is we give her about a minute. Who knows what she's doing in there? Then the bartender looks at me. I give her the wink. She takes out the light switch, and she hits the light. And directly across from this long hallway that she sits in is a big mirror.
Right.
And inside it, this is the oldest carnival trick in the world. It's called Pepper's Ghost. The light is brighter on the other side of that closet, and boom, it goes on, and what's staring at her? It depends. It could be a witch. We used to have a floating witch head. It could be our mummy. It could be the old weird guy. You hear a big scream, she comes running out, everybody laughs. She goes, "You guys are assholes," and then she goes home to whatever suburb she's from, and she tells the girls, "Oh my God," so she can't wait to bring her girlfriends. It's the oldest carnival kid. Listen, this is the oldest carnival gimmick in the world. You got duped. And as soon as you get duped, you can't wait to reel your friends in. It's like the guy that says, see the guy eating live chickens. See the guy live eating chickens. $1. And you're like, "Oh my God, there's a guy eating live chickens." People come out and say, "Oh my God, the guy's going to eat a live chicken." And all of a sudden, you can't wait. You got to go in there. You give the guy the $1. You go in, and there's a guy sitting there with a bucket of chicken, and he's eating chicken. Then you come out, and you feel ripped off. You feel duped, they call that in the business. You can't wait to say to your friends, "Oh my God, there's a man in there, and he's eating live chickens. You've got to see this. Give me $1. Give me $1. And they give the guy step right off. "See the man eating live chickens." And you walk in there. And now you're duped. And then you go out and you get your friends. And by the end of the day, if you're lucky, you get $1,000. But what happens with me is I'll get them maybe next month, maybe next year. I'll get a wonderful review on Yelp, which is a great program. I know people hate it, but Yelp's a great program. And they'll say on there, "Oh my God, it's so terrible in there. Just to warn you, There's something with the light switch, and sometimes they tell the gag and they don't. And that's what it is. It's one of the oldest carnival tricks in the book. Reel them in and take their money.
Is this like within the neighborhood, if you will, something that's known, that Cigars and Stripes is known for? Then?
Are you kidding? Come on, listen, Greg. I built my whole living on, master deception and trickery and fun. I mean, really, man. I mean, you think there's a camera in there? Come on, really. This is old school fun. Look, hey, Uncle Lou. You would say, Uncle Lou, what time is it? Little old fellow with a mustache and glasses. He'd say, well, I don't know. He would reach down by his zipper and unzip his pants. And he would pull a string out. And all of a sudden, he'd pop the watch out, and he'd pull it in his hand, and he'd go, oh, my God, it's 3 o'clock. And he'd put it back in and zip his pants up. You could just not stop laughing. You couldn't stop laughing when you were a kid. And he was a charming old man. When he used to walk in the house, he would say to my mother, Marie, get those martinis in Manhattan's going. Uncle Chuck and Lou are here. And they would walk up to that piano, and they would sit down. He would throw out a pack of tents. He would take his martini, and he'd say, let me call you sweetheart. He'd just start singing. And I'll tell you something. Vaudeville live in my living room. Unbelievable amount of talent and good-natured. It's just a beautiful feeling went through your body when you just looked at this man. So that's what people need in their life, and I'm offering to give it to them. If there's some desperate comic out there that needs an edge or a hook, hey man, go at it. You got your 15 minutes of fame. I've had my 15 minutes of fame 100,000 times. I've been on national TV 100 times. What do you want from me?
Doesn't this play into your benefit, though, if she's doing the YouTube video that finally goes viral, and granted it's on her page and everybody's watching her, but she's saying where she is and everybody knows where she is, and that's benefiting you. I mean, you win that way too, right?
Well, I guess, but
You guess?
I'm not, who's to know? And, there was on my Facebook page, listen to this. A woman put on a Facebook page that said, oh, he took a shower with me and my mother, and I was 5 years old. I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay. Now the gag, it's not so funny anymore. I've got a 16-year-old boy who depends on me to be a man. He's a musician, talented, good-looking kid. I love him. What that out there about his father? It's nonsense. I work my ass off in this community. Berwyn is loaded with artists and wonderful people. And I got to tell you, I don't want him humiliated at school for some kind of nonsense father gag, things going on at his father's business because I'm trying to make a living. Do you know that I went to the auto body shop the other morning? I'm having a custom hot rod. I was a pinstriper by trade when I was a kid. Man, I used to pinstripe and leather. I put flame jobs on this beautiful 93 Ford Ranger right now. It's a hot rod little truck. Cigars and Stripes emergency wing vehicle. It's going to be the coolest thing ever. I go in there, and there's 10 guys in that auto body shop, and this is when it's hot, man. I'm talking CNN. This topic was on every single radio. Chicago 2579 and Telemundo. It was unbelievable. I walk in there. These men said nothing about it. Hey, Ronnie, how you doing? You'll strike the Malibu and it's just a model. Just buff off my car. And hey, nothing was said. Not one word. You know why? Because they're busy working with their hands as Americans. They don't have time to sit on a computer and wish to hate somebody or put something negative. These are men that want to work a 10-hour day and go home and put bread on the table for their family. I'm upset about this, man. I mean it. I'm heartbroken. America assumes right away that, there's a bad guy behind it. Give me a break, man. Who would do something like that?
Well, so
I'm standing in front of a grave right now that says Bigfoot's grave. I've got a 10.5-foot hole dug in my beer garden with 3 barrels of beer in it. Greg,
So
it's
that
like,
this
and we're going to dig them up on September 17th, 2016, and we're going to drink them. You entered a fun zone, man. I've got a 10.5-foot mummy that was stolen from me. A historic Route 66 icon. Hello? I got the Bride of Frankenstein in the hallway. Hello? Come on, man. You don't want to lose reality for an hour or two of your life? Then you stay the fuck out of my business. Go somewhere else where you can get shit barbecue and you can get whatever it is you get. Go get it. Go in some bar where some weirdo's going to try to feel up your girlfriend. Not in my place.
Yeah, so but that's it, right? I mean, if you're not familiar or you don't know where you're going, this is where we are at in society. You have social. I mean, that thing is she can record it, and it is up for people to consume literally within seconds. It's certainly no different than this show. It's up and it's ready to consume within seconds, or live as it's happening wherever the hell it's happening. Where 10 years ago or 15 years ago, it's probably not a story unless she decides that she's going to hot-foot it out to the cops walking the beat and telling them that she thinks something fishy. So the end question here is, aside from the fact that you can't believe it's blown up into as big as a story, and given where we are as a society today, I mean, it can't be coming that big of a shock that it is. Will you take the mirror out or not?
I will burn this building to the ground on sheer principle. I will not take that mirror down. I am done. I am done. Listen, I love women. They are nice people. There are a lot of talented people. I confide in a lot of them. Listen, women are great, great creatures on this earth. But for some reason, Jezebel and this media chimes into this feminine hatred, man. It's like this mean edge, this feminine anger, and it really rips a guy apart, man. I respect women. You know, I have a comedy troupe. The girls that this particular young lady came with, do you know when they come in, I get them separated from everybody. I say, hello, ladies. Look, what do you guys all want? Miller Lights? Let me get you a drink. I pull money out of my cash register, Greg. And I give them the money at the door, and I make sure they say, listen, there's a little guy kind of talking a little heavy there. You guys okay? Everything fine? No, he's fine. He's just a fan. Okay, that's great. Here are girls. I make sure somebody walks them to their cars, man. I am respectful. I'm so frightened of women, I don't even look at their breasts when they're here. I mean it. I don't want to offend them because I make a living with these girls. And do you know that particular troupe brought this one lady in, and she's not part of that? She's not part of their group, and she is the one that went in there and made that video, and she gets all this attention and doesn't even mention, the comedy girls, the troupe. If she had a brain, she would have waited till Halloween. And then we could have said, well, it's a Halloween gag. And then she could have come out and said, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. By the way, come see me this weekend with this particular group's name. And then I'd be packed for 2 years, and the girls would be treated respectfully, and they'd all make money, and life goes on. I could feed my family. But instead, I got a self-indulgent lady who maybe career's not going so well. I'm sorry. But she didn't even have the respect to mention the comedy troupe. It's a shame. She had the spotlight on, and she dropped the ball. She'd have talked to me about it. I'll tell you what, I had this place packed for 5 years. I don't know what to tell you, man.
The master.
Listen, Greg, I'm heartbroken, man. I'm just so heartbroken.
Ronnie Lottz is the owner of Cigars and Stripes, Berwyn, Illinois. If you are going to be out there, check him out. You got the best wings in Chicagoland still, right?
Yeah, I'm winged out, man. I'm standing in front of my beautiful Mule Tough smoker right now. It's kind of chilly out here tonight, and I'm standing. It's still radiating from this morning, man. This whole heat. It's sitting here at 200. The rotisserie is off, and it's been off for like 4 hours. I love this machine. In fact, I'm going to go grab a sub down the block. I'm just going to toss it in there and come back an hour later. I'm going to have a toasty sandwich. This Mule Tough is unreal. It's I'm reading on it right now. I'm out here. This is the only place I can get some quiet time. Greg, listen, I appreciate what you do, but like I can't tell you, I think the barbecue world is just a great place to be. And if and I always made the comment, I rant like an animal on your show. Hey, listen, I like to pipe it up a little bit, and I always say, don't you open a barbecue restaurant. And by the way, I just got the kitchen finally completed. Since the last time I was on your show a year later. I mean, I'm not kidding with you, and I've been busy. But my point is, I always say, don't you dare, if you're doing your barbecue contest, don't you dare open a barbecue place, because you're gonna be regretted. You know, maybe I'm the one that should have just sat back and just enjoyed barbecue for what it was, and not got involved with all this and not put myself on the line for the sake of good food and entertainment. Man, maybe it's just better off. I should have just did those little contests and had a nice bottle of Miller and just call it a day, you know, and just say, hey, I'm here with my friends. We're going to barbecue, to win or lose. We're going to have some fun.
Ronnie Lottz.
I mean,
Cigars and Stripes, my friend.
Are we done? Are we done? Is there more you need to say?
No,
I got two guys walking up to me right now. These guys are dentists from the North Shore. They're coming in and they're just so happy. They can't wait to say hello to me. I can't believe you. Why are you guys here? You perverts? Are you looking for them here? What are you doing?
Watch out. Yeah, I'm up against it, Ronnie, but we will catch up again soon, my friend.
Greg,
thank you.
A pleasure and an absolute honor to be on your show.
All right, buddy. There he is, Ronnie Lottz.
Thank you.
Talking about two-way mirrors. Yeah. You never know. You never know with Bobby Potts. Public service announcement.